we have head coach Xeni Barakos-Yoder in the middle, and to her left is the goalie, Tatyana Petteway, and to her right, midfielder or attack? Midfielder, Chessie, Rahmer. Coach, if you could start with an opening statement about the game, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Sure. First of all, again, hats off to Westchester. They played an awesome game. I think it just speaks volumes for our team being able to come and play two extremely difficult games back to back. I think that we were just riding the high of yesterday's win, and we were able to carry it into today. We were trying to beat the storm that was coming, and I'm just super proud and excited for the next journey.
Coach, can you talk about your goalie? She really kept you in it when it looked like they might be mounting a big early lead, kept you in it, and that seemed to be a very important part of the game.
Yeah, Tot is extremely talented, though we try not to tell her that too much. She's a great goalie. She really has worked hard all season, and she is peaking at the right time as well as the rest of the team. So she thrives in difficult situations, and we can count on her almost all the time. So we're really proud of her, and her performance today was just lights out. So,
can you talk about not just getting a huge win for the program, getting to the Final Four, but to beat Westchester, undefeated team, on their home field? It certainly looked like your team believed, even though you had lost to them earlier in the year.
Yeah, I talked a little bit about that yesterday. I do believe we were a very different team the first time we saw them earlier in the season. A win over Westchester is always a good win. They're a very talented team. They bring it all the time, and Xeni has built a legacy here. So I'm excited that we were able to get it done now when it counts more than ever.
Tatyana, when Westchester was in here, they mentioned that you were on fire right from the start. Did you feel really good today, especially, or what was going on with you?
Well, I think the fire kind of comes from our team alone. We just have like a hype to us from the people on the sidelines to the people on the field. They just keep me going, and I was definitely just amped up. Every save wasn't just me. I think our defenders put the shooter in a difficult spot and made the save easier for me.
Coach, wanted to go through a couple things on the sheet. They outshot you 40-30. They won the draws 18-12. You committed more turnovers, 24-19. In a game like that, where you go down 6-2 and you're constantly fighting back, how do you keep your team in it to be able to prevail and win it at the end?
Grit, hustle, and heart. And that's how we got it done today.
Chessie, same question to you, and kind of to build on what Coach said. How do you take what she tells you throughout the course of the week, throughout the course of the year, and then you put that into a 60-minute game?
It's definitely difficult because obviously we're not a perfect team, but we just keep building and building. Every game we do better and better. We work on the little things at practice and help it translate into the games. And I think, like Coach said, the heart is the biggest thing that we have. It was definitely the advantage today.
And Coach, back to you. Talked a little bit yesterday about where maybe that win would have fit into this program, into the first NCAA win. Last year you were in it for the first time. This year you win your first game. Now you win a regional and you go to the last four. 3 years ago, how did you envision this? Obviously you probably had this as a goal.
This is my 3-year plan.
But was this where you honestly thought you would be at this point, 3 years into taking over a team that had not a lot of history in this year?
Well, I think Chessie started on that one is the heart. I mean, and they believed, and I believed, and every day when we step on the field and we grind, I believe. So this was our team goal, is to get to this point today. And this has always been my personal goal, and we're not done with our goals yet. You know, just getting there is the first step. And I think last year we were so inexperienced in the situation where we got on a plane. We hadn't been on a plane ever before as a team. We get down to Florida. You know, we won the PSAC last year. I think it was like 45 and rainy. We got down to Florida, and it was like 112 on the turf. In this new experience, somewhere we've never been, really young team. And I think today, in this week, that we brought that experience with us from last year, where we had a lot of returners that were like, okay guys, this is how things work, this is how it happens, and this is how we're going to get it done. So just that experience of last year was, okay, we got our foot wet. And now this year, we were much more poised and ready. We know what to expect, and I think that we showed that on the field today. and we're gonna show that as we head to Tampa.
Tatyana, how do you personally, and with your defensive unit, build on a lot of the success that you had last year? Obviously, you lost 2 seniors that were in front of you, you replaced a couple players, but how has that group in particular worked together to give you confidence on the back end?
I honestly trust everyone who is part of our defensive unit. As you saw today, we had more than just the solid 4 we usually have back there. We had freshmen step up today. I just trust every single one of them, and I think they trust me, so we have each other's back always, and I think that's the biggest part with us, and we're going to continue to do that.
And finally for you, Chessie, as a senior starter, as an All-American last year, as a player who's had a lot of success in your career, how do you evaluate where this team is from having lost 14-7 at Westchester, 7-8 weeks ago, to being able to sit here and be in the last 4 in the country?
It's huge. Like Coach said, we aren't the same team that we were back then. This team, we're poised. We have the talent. We have the heart. I unfortunately got fouled out last game yesterday, and they played for me, and that was incredible to see. So I went today just going as hard as I could, and I think the entire team did it. And today we played for Alicia because she got injured today. So I think that just heart that we have is just developed us into the team that we are now. And going into the Final Four, that's unreal.
All right. Thank you. Congratulations to the
Thank
Warriors.
you.